Good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, Sunil, you're audible.
Yes, sir, you are.
Okay, thank you. So this interactive session, it has sole purpose of discussing how ML practice project will be conducted. What are the guidelines? I'll briefly go over them. Um, the platform that we will be using, which will be Kaggle, and how to make submissions over Kaggle, how your final grades will be calculated, and so on. So before I proceed, you must have known that ML Practice project recently got split into two parts. Sorry, ML Practice course, which is ML Practice course itself, and there is ML Practice project. So project is a completely separate course, as project have been separate in some of the courses before, for example, BDM. So same thing we did for ML Practice also. And the reason for doing that is since it's a practice oriented course, you must have hands-on experience on working with a live data set. And that's why we thought we should have that. At the same time, the purpose of having it on Kaggle competition is to make you familiar with Kaggle platform, which is a very, very popular platform for data scientists worldwide. You can participate in many competitions, win prizes, even practice. And some of the companies, they offer featured competitions through which they offer job placements as well. So we thought, in every way, this is a very good idea, and we went through it. So first, I'll just go over the ML practice project guidelines. Okay. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Yes, sir, it is. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sure. So, so what will the duration? First thing that we should talk about is the duration of the project. So, if you first of all, I want to clear up one thing is you do not have to take ML practice course as well as ML practice project in the same term. Okay, you can take ML practice course this term, and then in the next term or maybe later you can take your ML practice project. So keep this point in mind. You don't have to take both of them in the same term. So if you choose to take this project part in this term, these will be the starting and finishing dates. 20 June will be the start date, and 4th September will be the end date of the project. That means after 4th September, you will whatever entries you submit. First of all, you will not be able to submit anything. So at that point of time, you will not be able to improve your rank on Kaggle. Total duration for this term's project will be 11 weeks. Next term, if you choose to participate in ML practice project next term, then the starting dates tentatively will be these 6 September, 18 December, which is going to give you rather more time, 15 weeks. Since in this term we are starting the project in the middle of the course. That's why. So some of the rules, how it will be conducted. So the entire ML practice project will be conducted on Kaggle platform, which will show you how to participate, make submissions, and so on. You'll have to create your Kaggle ID. So which is basically your Kaggle user ID, which is being shown in your URL once you log in. Few important things to note about this is there are certain libraries from which you can make your models. For example, scikit-learn, XGBoost. However, you are not allowed to use TensorFlow or PyTorch. The reason for that is they are mostly centered around deep neural networks, and we since we have not covered it, we are not going to allow that. So all the libraries that you have used in this course will be allowed. For example, scikit-learn, XGBoost, NumPy, Pandas, of course, and SciPy, Pickle, Seaborn, Matplotlib, or any other libraries which are Python inbuilt. They are absolutely fine to be used.
So what is pod ID?
So your official email ID.
Okay.
Okay. I think that should be better. Now, the final grade of the ML practice project course will be measured, divided into three components. One is your model's accuracy or performance on a particular evaluation metric, which will be shared with you upfront at the beginning of the competition. Second is rank. So there will be competition among the participants. So the person who gets the highest rank gets the full marks, and the person who gets second rank gets a little lower, and so on. So 15% of the marks are allotted to your rank. 35% marks are allotted to how good your model's performance is on evaluation metric, and 50% of your grade will be, will be from your Viva performance.
Sir, this rank will be counted within the IIT students.
Yes, only the participants. So this competition will be only open for the students of this program only. It's not open to everyone.
Okay.
Right? Okay. So there are two parts to see. This one, everybody can get 35 out of 35, but everybody cannot get the top rank. So please be mindful of that. This is the component which will encourage you, motivate you to perform better than your peers. Okay. So this is the form that you can use to fill your Kaggle ID. Please make a note that you can fill this form only once. So just be careful that you fill the right ID. So
hello,
the project,
sir.
yes.
So this form is to be submitted by 19 for those people who are taking this course in this term only, right?
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. So if you choose to participate in next term, you don't have to fill this form.
Okay. So in next term, while registering for next term, we have to consider this also as a course, like a separate course, right?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So there is no pressure again. Whichever term suits you, that term you can choose, either this one or next one. The problem, project problem that you'll be working on will be
Sir,
a
hello.
yes.
Yeah, I have a small query that is this project go along with our term, or we can start it any time, or like there will be a scheduled timeline for that.
So there is a scheduled timeline. I'll share you. And yes, if you choose to participate, take the ML practice project this term. Yes, it will be going on side by side with the courses that you have already taken.
Okay.
Sir, suppose if we take this project this term and we are not satisfied with our marks or performance, so can we take in the another term?
Okay, for that question, I have to talk to my peers and come back to you.
Okay, sir.
Also, sir, if I participate in this competition this term, if I take up this project this term, and for whatever reason I am not able to finish it by the set date of September 4th, what happens then? I mean,
okay, good point. So in that case, you'll have to retake this project in next term.
In the next term, that's the only thing, right? So we are not like penalized for doing that, right?
No, not at all.
No. Okay.
I think you'll have to register again for this course again. Project part, nothing else.
Okay, fine.
And
sorry, sir, the milestones that are set, are those to be, I mean, I think you've not reached that stage yet, but are those to be met very particularly, like just like our graded assignments and so?
No, so milestones are only there for your guidance. They will not be marked. If you follow them, you will not receive any extra marks for it. It is just that if you follow them, your progress will be steady. So that by the end of when let's say you are taking courses and you are solving graded assignments and everything, but you are not able to make progress on your project. So what will happen is instead of waiting till the end and then right away trying to finish the entire project, we have given some milestones. So if you follow them, your progress will be steady. So the entire load of the project will not be shifted towards the end of the deadline.
Yeah. Okay, sir.
And so what will be the fee part? Suppose if I took this term and not able to submit the project. So if I take again the September term, so do I need to pay the fee again, or
Sorry, I did not get the last question. So your question is, you take the project this term, but not finish it. Do you have to register again or not? Is it?
No, sir. If
Okay.
I'm not able to finish my project,
Mhm.
then do I need to make the fee payment this term only, or in the next term?
I think that has to be confirmed.
Okay, sir.
I think, sir, we have to pay it the next term, because what in the last call which happened, they said that the fee has to be paid only when we are making a submission of the project.
Okay.
So I believe it would be like that. And sir, if we take up the next term again, the problem statement changes, right? I mean, it won't be the
Absolutely.
same. Yeah.
Yes. The problem statements will not repeat.
Fine, sir.
Okay. So I'll come to this part, how to make a submission, when we'll talk about the Kaggle platform. So these are the milestones and activities. This is a plan, suggested plan to keep your progress steady. If you want to follow any other timings, that is absolutely fine. So keep this point in mind that the first step is going to be data loading and pre-processing. It is going to take it might take some amount of time, and that is the first step before you apply any machine learning model. Then you build a baseline model, then you apply polynomial regression with cross validation, tune hyperparameters. Then there are some certain models which are suitable for regression problems, for example KN and SVM, card bagging boosting and MLP. All these models you should apply and keep those in Kaggle notebook. So a sample of that Kaggle, what your final Kaggle notebook should look like, I'll share a sample with you. Will also be shared once this competition starts. Okay,
Sir?
coming to the yes.
Is it supposed to be November 7th or the last milestone?
Should be September, right? I guess.
Absolutely, that should be okay. This one has to be corrected. Milestone 4.
Sir, whether we will have separate live sessions for MLP projects like we have for other subjects weekly?
No, there will not be live sessions. There could be on-demand sessions. Depends upon the queries of student community. We can do that, but as of now, they are not regularly planned.
Okay.
So if you have queries, you also have one another platform which is Discourse. You can post your queries and we can interact over there. Okay. Now coming to the second part, which is the Viva. So now Viva is slightly different in terms of end date. So Viva you can take before your project end date is over. So so imagine let's say so as of now the final date is 4th September, right? Let's say you're super enthusiastic about completing this project and you have time on your hand as well. So you finish your project before 20th July, let's say, imagine, and once you submit your you are ready with your Kaggle notebook, you have made submissions, you have reasonable rank, you're satisfied with it, then you can opt for taking a Viva. Okay, so for taking a Viva, there are certain requirements. So first is your Kaggle notebook should be in reasonably good shape, and the second is your model's accuracy should be very close to an optimal solution. If those two conditions are satisfied, you can go ahead and take your Viva. Please pay attention to this point. Every 20th of the month, your submission will be checked with plagiarism, and Viva slots booking will be open on the 20th and close on 30th. So this way, after 30th, you will be able to take your Viva and book the slot. Does it make sense? Any questions regarding this?
When you say plagiarism, what is it actually being checked? Because when you write something, there is something to be checked. What about codes? I mean, what is checked in plagiarism?
Plagiarism, as if the work is not original, it shows. I get your point that the libraries, the names of the functions, they will be same. But plagiarism is like taking someone else's work and putting in your Kaggle notebook and showing it as your own. If it is blatantly followed, it will be checked and pointed out.
Okay, sir. Because we'll follow probably the way the MLP lectures have been conducted. So probably our variable names also may be similar. So okay. I was wondering what this plagiarism would be all about.
See, as long as the work that you have produced in the Kaggle notebook, you are the one who wrote it. You can explain everything.
Yes, sir.
Why you wrote it. Then I think you don't have to worry about it.
Okay, sir.
Sir, it says, hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, it says that 20th of every month. So, like, it will start from next month only. That checking part, plagiarism checking part.
Yes.
And we will have that window of selecting a Viva date from 25th to 30th June.
Right.
Sorry, July.
Right.
So it's July, no, sir?
Yes, it will be July.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Some now coming to some commonly frequently asked questions. Do I have to take MLP and MLP project in the same term? No. I think we already discussed this. Can I take my Viva before the project's deadline? Of course, you can take it. We also discussed about this. Just keep this point in mind that even if you have taken the Viva and the project's deadline is not over, you can still make submissions to improve your rank. However, your Viva's score will be frozen. Can I finish the project this term and take the Viva next term? No, you have to take both of them together. So let's say you finish the project, but you do not take the Viva, then you will have to take this project again.
Sir,
okay. Yes.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, actually, I joined a bit late, like 5 or 6 minutes late. So, did you discuss this? Like, can we join in team?
Good question. No, you cannot form teams. Every student has to participate as a one person in a team. That's it. You can say that.
Sir, I'm not able to understand the ranking thing. It will consist 15% from our end marks. So like only 1% will have the first rank. So how it will be measured? How it will be measured? Like only 1% will get 15 out of 15 and others will get less than that. Is that the thing?
Yes, you understand absolutely right.
Okay.
Sir, only 1% will get like I was thinking like it will be based on our percentile. Like if I have 85% percentile, then 15% of that will be taken.
Yeah, you're close. Your understanding is right. So let me go back to that formula. See, so if you, for a minute, if you remove this rank part, so 85% marks everybody can get. Okay, so the person who tops the competition gets this full 15 out of 15.
Yes.
The person who gets is ranked second gets a little lesser than 15 and so on. So it is based on percentile. I think it is written somewhere. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, so if I get like 80% percentile, then I will get 15% of 80%.
See, if you get 100 percentile, you'll get 15 out of 15. If
Yes.
you get 80 percentile, you get 80% of 15, and so on.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Also,
Sir, I
sir,
have
the
a couple of
submission date is on 4th. So does it mean that the Vivas should have been finished by then?
4th of September?
Yeah, yes, sir.
No, it is not like that. Vivas may continue even after a project's deadline.
Okay. Okay, sir. So even if I submit on the 4th, I can have my Viva scheduled in that month somewhere.
After that as well, yes.
Yeah, fine, sir. Thank you.
And also, sir, when can we expect the result of this project, sir?
After the deadline, after 4th of September.
So let's say we have Viva up till 15th of September. Then can we expect it by the end of the month?
Okay, that is for that I have to confirm. I cannot right away say what will be the exact date.
Actually, sir, like some of us may be completing this diploma this term only. So
Okay.
there are some internship things we have to also take care. So in that we need our diploma certificate, or like we have passed this diploma, something like that too. So that's why I was asking.
Okay, sure. I'll get the answer of this and share it with you.
Okay.
To add to that, is it required for diploma clearing?
Pardon me?
Is the project must for getting a diploma certificate?
Yes. ML practice is now in diploma degree. Yes.
Practice theory and project both are required.
Yes.
Sir, I have a couple of questions.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes. Tell me.
Yeah, the first question is when I work on my project, I'll improve on it. As I work on it, I'll improve on the scores when I try different things. So I'll get to know my score. But in order to know the ranking, I need to see where I stand with relative to scores of other people. Will I be able to see that before the submission?
Sandeep, I'm sorry, I'm not able to hear you clearly. Can you post your
Sorry,
question?
can you hear me now?
Yeah, much better.
Yeah, what I was saying that before submitting the actual project, will I be able to see my ranking based on my score and the score of the others?
Yes. So leaderboard is live. Kaggle leaderboard is live. So as soon as, let's say, there are 10 participants, and imagine that after some submission you are at rank 5, but you come up with better model and your accuracy improves, then you can jump up to first rank. That is absolutely fine. And as soon as your submission, the Kaggle platform detects that you have improved your accuracy, it will improve your rank as well.
So can you show some sample dashboard in Kaggle and how it looks?
Pardon me, Upesh, can you please repeat?
Yeah, can you show some sample dashboard in Kaggle?
Yes. So if you're done with the questions regarding duration and everything, we can start with the Kaggle demo.
So just one more quick question.
Sure.
So I see this my projects tab in the dashboard, just like my courses. So is this going to show up in that page?
So Sahiti, I have to confirm this one. As of now, I'm not sure about this one.
Okay, sure. So we're just going to use Kaggle for everything, right?
Pardon me?
So, I mean, we're just using Kaggle, but I was just wondering if this was going to show up in the My Project page.
Okay, sure.
Okay, thank you.
From the call, I had another question, a follow-up question.
Yes.
Some participants are bound to have some prior experience on Kaggle. So they'll have an advantage on the platform and how to reverse engineer the scoring process to optimize the score, right? But newbie like, won't have that
Okay,
score. So do you plan to normalize the scores based on that?
see, Sandeep, there is no way for us to figure out if the users or the students who are taking part in this project, how experienced they are, right? And that is the and that is the reason we want to level the playing field. We want to introduce this Kaggle platform as a part of the course, so that once you go out, you want to work on real projects, you are already familiar with Kaggle. So 11 weeks, I believe it's a pretty good amount of time, pretty sufficient amount of time for getting you to getting you familiar with Kaggle and making most out of it.
I have a question here. How do I register for this project to start with?
Okay, so as of now, if you want to participate in this term, you have to fill in your Kaggle ID and participate. And I believe before the Viva, there will be payment option for ML Practice Project.
Okay, that payment option will come up in the dashboard.
I think so, yes.
And because I read somewhere that the starting time, it starts on 20th. So that is 2 days away.
Yes, the projects start on Monday, 20th June.
So by tomorrow, I think it should be up, the payment.
I cannot say if it will be available from tomorrow, but it'll definitely. I'll come back to you with that answer.
Okay, so what about if I'm taking during the next term? Can I register? When can I possibly register? Will that
Okay,
be
if you want to take if you want to take ML Practice Project next term, I believe the form and payment options will be available at a later date.
Okay, there will be another form that will be circulated.
Yes, absolutely. So this form is only for the students who want to participate this term.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so before I take any further questions, I'll request Balaji, my team member, to show you and make you familiar with Kaggle platform, how to participate or register in a competition, especially the competitions that we will be conducting, and how to read data sets, create models, just a sample model, and how to make submissions on Kaggle.
Hey Swarnim, just one minute. I just saw a question on the chat, and I had the same question actually. Can I ask it now?
Anand, can we take it after the demonstration of Kaggle?
Okay, no problem.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, thanks, Swarnim. My voice is audible, Swarnim?
Yes, Balaji.
Okay, sure. I'll share my screen. So, hi guys, guys can see my screen, right?
No, sir, it's not visible.
It's not visible. Okay.
Okay, Balaji, are you still sharing the screen?
I am trying to share my screen. It shows it's shared, but others couldn't see. That's what I'm trying to.
Okay. It's not visible to me either. Can you, Balaji, can you try to share some other screen, for example, other empty browser to see just that what is the problem with the application or something else?
Okay. Okay, hopefully it should be visible now. Okay. Yes. How about now?
Yes, it's visible now.
It's visible.
Your
Right?
entire
Cool.
desktop is visible. Yes.
Okay, nice. Okay. Some settings I need to change. Okay. So, hi guys, myself Balaji. I completed PhD from IIT Madras in the area of reinforcement learning. Then right now I'm working as a lead machine learning engineer in Barclays. Okay, so first I'll introduce something about what is Kaggle. Some people might know already what is Kaggle, and some might have used before, and how to use this. I'll give the basic functionality. There are so many things here. I'll give the basic functionality, which is more than enough to work on the project right now. Okay, and you stop me right there if you have any questions about anything. I will explain it, then proceed further. So hope my voice is audible to everyone, right? And it's crystal clear. Okay, cool then. Okay. So this is Kaggle. Okay. And so there are 4 tabs, so 4 to 5 tabs. I will give a general introduction about what are they. Then I'll go to the main thing, what you guys do on that one. Okay. So what Kaggle is basically, it allow many organization and company to host the computation. For example, even IIT Madras can host computation, even some company can host a computation, and it can be solved by all the machine learning engineers in the world, right? There are various type of computation. For example, even if you solve some computation, they might give cash reward also. For example, you see that if you solve this computation, you might get a cash reward of $150K, right? And if you see the filter, there are various types. One is active, there are competition which are currently going on, and there are some competition which are completed, and there are competition you participated which are ended. Okay, and there are some participation which comes with monetary, there are some participation which comes with medal and other things. Okay, and there are other 2 types of competition also. For example, one is featured, where the company will sponsor and host the competition, and they give some prize award if some people solve the problem by some logic, right? And there are some competition which people does only to improve that particular area. Okay, for example, every time Facebook posts some problem saying that, okay, whoever solve the problem, they will get a direct first round of interview. Okay, they can skip 1 or 2 rounds of interview, and they can go for 3rd round of interview directly for ML engineer, right? So they use this platform different purpose. Okay, and the other thing is a data set, and you can post different data set also for to play around with how the pattern looks in the data set. For example, if you're interested in cricket, simply search cricket, and you might find a lot of data set related to the IPL 2020 cricket match. You just simply take and play around with that, how it looks like, and what is there any pattern that one can I build any model out of it? Can I build any algorithm out of it? So you can explore lot of way to know about data set, to know about the particular domain also. Okay. And the third one is, am I going very fast? Are you guys are clear about whatever I spoke? It's very general thing about Kaggle only. It's nothing related to whatever you're going to do. Am I going very fast, or if so, I can slow it down?
Fine, sir. Perfectly fine, sir.
It's perfectly fine, right? That's cool. That's cool then. Okay, so this is a code. Okay, and here, for example, like I said before, there are various competition in the Kaggle, okay, and many people participate also, right? And they will work on the different competition. They write code. At the end of the day, they can share the code with someone else also. For example, there is a competition called Introducing AI, okay, and it's just related to stroke prediction, right? Some people worked on that and they share the code with everyone else. They made it public. So anyone, if they're interested in the particular field, they just click that and go and see how they worked on that one. Okay, you can go and see, okay, what they did first. They install something and they read that one and they build model, right? You can see the entire code, what they did, right? So you can learn more about from the community. For example, when you take one problem, you might have one point of view to solve the problem, right? And others have different point of view. You will get the collective opinion about a particular problem, and you can think broader also in each and every problem, right? It will be helpful for that.
So, sir, will this be the best solution, or it will be solution of the any individual?
It's, yeah, there are two cases. One is sometime, for example, if somebody hosts a competition, right, and some people might get the prize award also. The guy who get the prize award, he might post the code in the particular platform. He might make it public. Okay, so that way it is best. Sometimes whatever people do, they simply make it public. Okay, so in that case, it's not best one. It's whatever he tried. So it contains both. So you have to choose whichever you want.
So how to know, sir, means it is the best one, or because if somebody shared randomly and it is not the means ideal, so and we are following that, we'll end up the wrong one. So how to separate?
Yeah. So for example, for each competition, I'll show the leaderboard. Okay, the leaderboard, you will see the person name along with what accuracy or what metric he got and corresponding rank further. Okay, and you can click on that and go to the particular competition which he participated and see the notebook whether he made it public or not. There is sometimes he might make it public if it is worthwhile. Sometimes he don't make it public, he make it private, so you can't see that one. So if he made it public, and you can go to his home screen and see that one. So it's easy to track instead of searching it here. So you go to his particular home page and find the top winner in that leaderboard, and from his page you can figure out, okay, whether he made the particular code public or not. Is it clear?
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, it's clear, sir.
Okay, so the next one is the next topic is discussion, right? So this is it's like a Stack Exchange. So you can post various questions related to even general about Kaggle also, or something related to particular competition also. For example, you participate in a particular competition, you find that there is some problem with the data set. You can post a question here, and many people who are participated, they'll answer it, right? For example, who are participating in the competition, they'll answer it, okay, it's not, it's right, it's wrong, and they'll collectively make a decision, something like that. Okay, it's wrong, we can tell the host saying that it's wrong. Or sometimes they have some doubt about Kaggle, how to host a competition in Kaggle. So they can post generally also. Okay, so all kind of questions they'll post it here, and people can answer it who knows the answer for that one, and they'll get reward for that also. And apart from that, there are various courses which are preliminary courses related to programming, Python, machine learning, feature engineering. It's free only. You guys can see that one, how it looks like. Okay.
So does it help, sir? Miss, how is the quality content? Quality of the content?
Yeah, it's more of breadth than depth, right? So for example, they definitely cover most of the topic, but depth wise it's little less because they have to cover the wider audience. So they compromise on that part.
Okay. And it will be helpful for the beginners.
Exactly. So whoever wants to know machine learning, so they can start from here.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So some of the things here, for example, the user ranking. Okay. So this is, it's overall ranking about all the participants. For example, the Kaggle acknowledge all the participants by different category. For example, some people are very beginner, some people are expert, some people are master, some people are grandmaster. You see that there are only 250 for grandmasters. Okay. So if you are grandmaster in Kaggle, you might get lot of opportunity in different field. You might be recognized in worldwide. So if you say I'm Kaggle grandmaster, you'll be recognized worldwide. Okay, you are very good in solving in particular. You can be grandmaster in many fields. One is competition. You can be grandmaster in discussion. You can be grandmaster in different form. You can be grandmaster. If you say you're grandmaster, you can be recognized in worldwide. It's some kind of good tag. Okay, And how you become grandmaster, they have some set of criteria. Okay, so they will say that okay, you have to should have got this many medals. Okay, should have solved at least this many data set. You should have answered at least this many questions. You should have got at least this many upwards. So there are some rules for that, how to get different category for you. For example, that to become from novice to expert, how to become like that, right? You can explore all the rules here, and if you work accordingly, you will move to next level and will be recognized also. Okay, so these are the general thing. Okay, so before this is the general introduction about Kaggle. This is nothing related to what we are going to learn afterwards. Is there any doubt in that one, or shall I go to next one?
Where can we find
sir,
what are the checkpoint? Where can we find what are the checkpoints left to move to the next level, like from novice to expert?
Yeah. You can see here. So the go to progression. Okay, so category of expert is novice, contributor, expert, master, grandmaster, right? So they written in how to move from one level to another one. You go on progression, read about this one. Okay, and they will tell exactly what you have to do move from one level to other level. What are things you have to do? You have to participate at least 5 competition, you have to win one competition, and you have to answer some number of questions, and you have to get some number of votes. Okay, so there are some set of rules for each and everything.
Okay, thank you.
Any other doubt? Cool, guys. So I'll take it as a no. I will go to next one. So the first one, you guys have to register with your email ID. Okay. So basically, I think Sharon will already share the information. So what we do is we will share a link with you guys. Only those who have the link, they can participate. Others can't participate. From outside, they can't participate. Only whoever has the link, they can participate. Okay. For example, I just log in using one of my Gmail. Okay. So before going to that one, I'll take some random example. Okay. So this is how your competition page looks like. Okay. So there are overview, data, code, discussion, leaderboard, and roles and everything. Okay. Why I took this one, because this is a general one. We might host little differently. We might cut down some of things like prices and code requirement. Those things we'll cut down because we don't want that one. Okay. But this is the general thing how it looks like particular competition. Okay. So the first one, it says description about the particular problem. What problem you're going to solve. Okay. For example, here they have to do the phrase matching. Okay. And what problem, and they explain more about problem. Okay, why this problem is important and why you need to solve the problem, and wherever they're facing. Okay, they explain, they give as much as information possible to understand the problem in depth. Okay, because more than building the model blindly, you need to do so many things innovatively in between, right? Starting from feature engineering and data extraction, everything should be innovative, right? So those things will come from your problem understanding part. And the next thing is the evaluation, right? So since you guys are on the week 11, you guys might know that you can't use the same metric for all the problem to evaluate, right? Sometimes you have to use accuracy, sometimes you have to use precision, sometimes you have to recall, sometimes you have to measure based on the problem type, right? So, and they will also exactly tell what kind of evaluation they use to judge you. Okay, for example, they might say, okay, I'm going to use precision to rank you. Okay, whether you rank completely based on precision score of your model. If your precision is very high, you will get a high rank. Okay, they will exactly explain how you're going to calculate. Sometimes they will explain they are going to use some custom metric also. Okay, and this is timeline. Okay, and this is the price, and this is sometimes they write the code requirement, what notebook requirement. This is not required for us. Okay, and here, yeah, so this is the data. Next part is, once you understood about the problem, and next things you need to about, okay, what is the data, right? And here you can download the data directly. They'll give 2 files. One is a train file, another one is test file. Okay, the train file, you will have the label. If it is a supervised problem, they'll give a input as well as label. For test file, you might not have the label. You just have only the, no, you definitely won't have the label. You only have the input file. You have to predict for that. Okay, and another one is a sample submission file. Okay, so why this is required is, So actually what you have to do is you have to build model using train file, okay, make prediction on test file, okay, and the final prediction should be in the format of sample submission. Okay, they'll give a format saying that, okay, your submission format should be like this. So you download the format and check how it looks like. Some of things like, okay, ID number should be there, and the column should be integer, and second column should be string, second column should be integer. Those kind of input information will be there in sample submission file.
So while we pass it for the precision, accuracy, etc., so it will be passed by with the test data, test labels, which is already inside Kaggle, is it?
Exactly. So you can't see the test label. All you can do is you can just build a model using train data only. But Kaggle evaluate you based on the whatever metric they chosen for a particular problem on test data. So you need to make sure that your model will be generalized and work enough for most of the cases.
Okay, and this submission I can do multiple times, right?
Yeah, sometimes they might restrict saying that, okay, you're allowed to make submission only maximum 5 number of times per day. Sometimes or 10 number of. Sometimes they make restrictions. Sometimes they don't. So based on the computation.
Fine, sir.
Okay. See, in our case, mostly we don't make the restriction. We give maximum 5 at least for a day. Yeah.
So, sir, if the test labels are not visible to us, so we won't be able to know our score.
No, we will know the score, but you can't see the label.
Okay, we'll be able to. Okay.
You can see your score. The score will be visible in the leaderboard along with the rank, but you can't see the label alone. Yeah, there is no point of doing a computation, right? If you know the label also.
Yes. Got it, sir. And sir, if I've overfitted my trained data set, then I'll be knowing in the test data set that there is error.
Sorry, I didn't get your question. Can you come again?
I found this on the web for 5 overfitted.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. So I didn't get your question. What did you ask? Guys, can you hear me?
He has missed out, I believe.
Okay, cool. That's fine. Okay. And so these are the data set, and these are things. It's about the column description. For example, the train and test might have some number of columns. Okay, and they'll explain what are they. Okay, and for example, the first one is the first phrase. The target is second phrase. They explain the column description. Okay. And the next one is code. Okay, this code, which is completely related to this particular problem only. Okay, so for example, the first page I showed you one code, right, which contain code related to all the problems. Okay, in this page you will see only code related to this problem alone. Okay, so which is you can see your work, and this is if somebody shared work with you. For example, if two people are working together, they can share the code with you, and you can see here. And some of the things you can bookmark in different page, and you can see it here. Okay, and this is the one discussion which I talked about. So this discussion is completely for this particular problem. Okay, for example, if some people have some doubt about something, or some people wants to share what they learned from the problem, or some people wants to explain more about the problem to others. Okay, they can use this discussion forum, and they discuss with the other participants who are participating in the particular competition. Okay, and so again, these 2 pages are completely only for the particular competition only. It's not for all the competition. Okay.
So will we be able to share our codes, because that tab, like in Kaggle, we're usually allowed to share our codes if we want to.
Yes, so you have to make the code to public, then you can share the code. Yeah.
So that would be possible, right?
Yes, it's possible. Yeah.
But doesn't that like kind of rig it, because people would be able to copy and run the notebooks?
No, so it comes with your permission. If you if you make your notebook to public, only the others can see. Otherwise, nobody can see your notebook.
Yeah, but if someone publics it, or like,
okay,
then like,
yeah, then others can see your. So what's your question?
My question specifically is like, if let's say someone gets a high score and he puts his notebook out in public, and like then everyone will be able to access it, and like if everyone starts getting the same score, then
right. So Parth, is your question that are you allowed to share your code in this project or not? Is that your question?
Yeah, like in the code tab.
Yeah, I understand your point. So in Kaggle competitions, Kaggle platform, the competition host can allow you to make your work, your Kaggle notebooks public, but in our project, that option will not be available. So the students are supposed to write their code on their own. They are supposed to think on their own and then solve the problem. Code sharing will not be allowed.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's true. And also it's relative ranking completely. So if somebody share the code and it's lost for him also, by default, he might be penalized because of that. Okay. And yeah, so this is the leaderboard which I was talking about, right? So for example, this many participant has attended the competition. Okay. And these are the members, and this is a team name, and you can see the score, corresponding score, right? And how many time he uploaded his solution. Okay. And he got the first time. This is the first 3 solution of that. Okay. So similarly, you can also see your team name, your name. Sorry, there is no team. Your name along with your score and how many time you submitted and everything. Okay. And this is the final one. It's the rules. For example, sometime we might need to customize the rules for particular competition. We might need to share some extra information, or we might need to get some acknowledgement saying that you only 1 second. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, you might, for example, some data really private data, so you can't share some kind of documents you need to sign. So those things will be shared in the rules notebook. Okay. Any doubt in this
Sorry,
one?
sir, I must have missed it. So I can make multiple submissions, right?
Yes, you can make multiple submission. Yeah.
Only
Yeah,
the
so
latest submission will show up on the scoreboard.
the best submission will be taken to the score.
Okay.
Right. For example, you build a 2 model. The first model got accuracy of 85. The second model build accuracy of 80. So the 85 will be taken to account. But also you can change also. For example, you can change the settings saying that, okay, take this one. Okay. But by default, it takes the best one.
Excuse me, sir. There is a huge confusion among the student about the Kaggle ID. So can you share the screen where we can locate our Kaggle ID?
So you need to create. For example, I use my Gmail account to create, right? So you guys have the Gmail account related to the corresponding degree, right? You can use the same degree and you can create it. Just register it.
So there is also a user ID on the Kaggle when you click. So is it the Kaggle ID?
Which one? Sorry.
When you will click on the profile pic now on the right corner side,
Okay.
then you can go to your profile.
Okay.
Yeah. So no, drag up, please.
Okay.
Account. Click on the account, please. Account. No.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. So there is a user ID in the upper side.
Username, right?
No. User ID is there.
Yeah. No. This is automatic. You don't worry about that. It's automatic.
So we need to submit this user ID or the different one in the Google.
No, your email ID only. So this will be created automatically.
Okay. So I think Vipul, your question is whether you should enter this user ID which is being shown in this page or username, right?
Yes.
Please use your username, not the ID.
So I have actually submitted the form with the user ID, that is the 8-digit number. So can I rectify it?
Okay, Vipul. Please post this on Discourse also. I'll try to take care of it before that.
Yeah, thank you, sir. I will post it.
No, just want some clarity. So we have to create user ID will be generated automatically, but username should be our student ID, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. And that we have to share in the form, and then you will be able to share the link with us.
Username is not student ID, right, Swarnam? Username is not the email ID, right?
Yes. Username and email
we
ID
can create. Yeah.
that you register with are different.
Yeah, that will be different. That's what we need. Yeah.
So in leaderboard, always your username will be shown, not the user ID and not the email ID that you registered with on Kaggle. So the Google form that you are submitting, you should submit your username, which is being shown on your account page on Kaggle.
So, sir, I have an account, and the username is not as per IIT standard. I mean, it is not my email ID, and the email ID I have registered with, that is also different. So, can I use that, or I have to create a new one using the college ID?
Yeah, using the college ID, you should create one. Everybody should use college ID, right, Swarnim?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, so you should have to create a new account, new Kaggle account.
Using this online degree ID, and
Yes.
the username can be anything.
Yes, it can be anything, and that's what we need, because we will be mapping your Kaggle username with your college email ID. Is that clear?
Yes, it's clear.
Not exactly clear. Can you show one sample here? How?
Sample of creating a account?
Yeah. Means what you are expecting, where you want it.
Okay, so as you sign in, okay, for example, so this is my ID with respect to the corresponding course. Okay, I created this. That's all. It's created.
Yeah, can you go to your profile on the right hand side?
Okay.
Account. So username is Balaji SPK. So this is what you have to enter in the form. So this is associated with the online degree ID, and that's how it should be. And username you will find in the account.
Oh, got it.
I have also made the same mistake of using that number since it asks for user ID. So
Maybe Swarnim, we can make it multiple times. The form can be, filled in multiple times up to the deadline probably.
Yeah, that will be helpful, ma'am.
Yeah.
But I have also made the same mistake.
Yeah, so I'll make it form, change the settings so that everybody can fill the form multiple times.
Yeah, that will be very kind
so
of you.
one quick question. Once you go to account analysis, because the username is showing us spaces, while when the account is called, there are no spaces. That also and all small letters are used.
Somebody saying something, his voice is very feeble.
Sorry, how about now?
Okay, is there any other doubt? Shall we go to next one?
Yeah, please, sir, please carry on.
Cool.
I have a question. In the guideline, there is a bullet item. It says that you have to use POD roll number as a team name. Where is the team name thing in the form? Is it?
No, Swarnim, can you answer that one?
Yes. So that will be shown once you participate in a competition.
Okay.
Any doubt, guys? Shall we move to next one?
Are you going to cover how to submit code?
Yes, I will. Okay, cool. Okay, so till now we saw what is Kaggle, and for example, the next one is we saw how to download the data and where do you see your leaderboard and how to understand the problem, those kind of things. Okay, right now we'll try to submit a code. Probably I'll create a new notebook. Okay, I'll give a small demo. So we pick this problem. Okay, it's a random problem. Okay, and we try to host this one, and we pick this problem, and we'll try to walk through end to end. Okay, starting from reading the data and submitting the solution. So this is Jupyter notebook. Many people might have used the notebook, right? and everyone know Python. I believe that, right? Okay. So the Kaggle, the one biggest advantage is the compute and memory comes along with the website. Okay, so you can utilize that one. So you don't need your laptop. You don't need to install everything laptop and work on that. So the Kaggle website itself will give separate compute power and separate memory to you, and you can use that to run the code and analyze everything. Okay, if you want more, also you can go for higher version, but that's related to cost and everything. But for basic version, you have at least 16 GB of RAM, which comes with every user ID. Okay. So for example, right now we picked a problem called okay, go back and so this is a problem, mobile price range classification. So this is a very simple problem, okay, based on various features of mobile, and we want to predict the price range, not price exactly, the price range. For example, 1 means very high price, 2 means high price, and 3 means medium, and 4 means it's a low. So it's some kind of classification. We don't need to tell exactly what price it is. We just need to say what is the price range it might be. Okay, these are the feature we have for particular mobile, and what could be the price range, whether it is high or low, something like that. It's a problem statement, and we have train and test data for that. Okay, and this one shows just the histogram of each and every data. Okay, and the battery power, dual sim, 4G, and memory, how much memory is there, and those just a different feature about particular mobile. Okay, and the next part is code. Okay. Okay, cool. So this when you just open that, this first page will comes along with it. Okay, so the os.walk, it shows all the directory and subdirectory in the corresponding page. Okay, for example, we have uploaded 2 data set. Okay, if you run this cell, okay, it will show the corresponding file location. Okay, where is train file and test file. You don't need to download it. You just take the path and use it for the next step. So see here, you can, my session started. Okay, and it shows the corresponding path. Okay, where is my train location and where is my test location. Okay, so if I want to read the path, okay, yeah, so I can read here directly. I just give the path and use the same code whatever you use in local, and you can read here. Okay, so this is your target variable price range. It says 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and these are the remaining feature. And if you want to see, I believe you guys know this kind of syntax, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you can see what is a variable type, and some of them float, some of them integer. Okay, and you can use it for visualization also. You want to, okay, so you want to visualize something, and so basically you need to understand about the problem first before building the model, right? You can't build something blindly. So you can do all that descriptive analysis here, and you can do all the visualization here. I'll do a couple of things, and you can explore more about that. For example, if I want to, yeah, heat map. Okay, let me see heat map. Yeah, so I'm calculating the correlation between all the variables. Okay, I'm plotting it as a heat map. Okay, it shows from 0 to 1 okay, and how much they are correlated. And you can build some simple model also. So you will get suggestion for everything. So no need to remember syntax. So whenever you type something and click a tab, you'll get suggestion for the corresponding the package. Okay, if I want to dodge a simple logic regression first. Okay. Okay, good. So you understand why I'm doing this, right? Because you can't. So x, I want x separately and y separately. Just I'm taking the price range is our y, so I'm taking separately here. So I'm just fixing the test size to be 0.3. Okay. So why I'm doing the why I'm creating another test data here? Already we have test data here, right? There is a test here, right? We have test data here. Why I'm creating another test data here? Anybody can guess the question?
Because we want to be able to evaluate because we don't have the labels.
Exactly, right? Exactly. So we don't have label for test data. We need to evaluate our model whether it is working perfectly fine or not, right? So I hope you guys know this step. That's why I'm going a little fast. If you have any doubts, please stop me right there and ask me. I'll explain to you why I'm doing this one. So this is a model fit and prediction. You guys know these things, right?
You have to import.
Sorry.
Sorry, it's already imported.
Okay. So I didn't do anything. I just simply I didn't tune any parameter. I just simply took the random forest classifier. I took the x data and y data, split and build the model. Okay, but you guys need to explore more in each and every stage. For example, some of the stage like check is there a null value or not, and is there anything, any transformation required or not, any encodings required or not. Those things you need to explore. The next one is you need to explore through visualization also. In that way you might get different perspective of particular feature and you can post it different way also. It might give different meaning about that also. Okay, in that way you can keep on increase your overall model prediction.
You got a convergence error, right? So it's not able to converge for logistic regression.
Yes, yes.
What
That's
should
why
we
you
do
use
in that case?
Sorry?
What should we do in that case? Like how to identify why it is not converging?
Sometimes you can change the parameter, sometimes you can scale it, for example.
Okay.
Then you can try that one. Yeah. So you can see your prediction as well as the actual value, which is white test, right? So it shows what is the prediction value. Okay, this is the classification report shows all the precision, recall, F1 score, and support and everything. And the confusion matrix will show whether there are 4 classes and how each and everything perform. Okay, and where the error falls, and those information you can see here now. So the final part, this is very important part, how to submit. Okay, you build the model. Okay, you build the model and you need to submit through Kaggle directly, right? So you don't need to upload any solution through a portal as CSV file. You just need to submit from notebook itself directly. Okay, how to do that one? Oh, okay. I didn't even make prediction for test. This is the prediction for test data. Initially, we have prediction for trained data. So we need to find the prediction for test data. Yeah, then we have to stop. So this format will be given in the sample submission file. So we might say that your sample submission file content should have this 2 column. One is the ID and the next one is the price range. So even if you give the different column name, it will show error. Okay, so you make sure that what column name should be there in sample submission file, follow the same thing along with the data format also. Okay, cool. So I just followed the sample submission file format and I stored it. Okay, any doubt till now before going next step?
Can we get the multi-class problems also?
Sorry?
Multi-class problems for like multiple labels.
Yes, that's what we solve multi-class classification problem only, right? We have 4 labels here.
Okay.
This is a multi-class classification. 1, 2, 3, 4, right?
Sir,
Okay.
where is
Hello.
Sir, where is a submission file format? Means from where we
Some
can check, or
okay.
this is the standard one?
No, this is mostly this is the standard one. They ask you to give ID and the corresponding the target label in the train file. Okay. For example, if you see the target label, the train file is price range. Okay. They expect the same thing here most of the time. Okay. And along with that, if you remember the data in the first file, I showed 3 data type. One is train, test, another is some sample submission file. If you download the sample submission file, it will have this 2 column name along with the dummy records.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah. Anything else, guys? Shall I
So,
go next
sir,
step? Yeah.
Means, yeah, have you submitted, sir?
No, I didn't submit. I need to no. So before going for submission, I'll make sure that you guys have no doubt. And I'll go to the next step.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Any doubt, guys? So I'll go to next step then. So once
We need to save it to some particular path. The first submission.csv.
Sorry, come again.
With the path of this file.
The same one here. The mobile price classification, and after that, first submission.csv, it will come here. So we are working in this path.
You have not specified it there.
So when you work in the corresponding path, right, you don't need to specify, right?
Okay.
Okay, nice. Anything else? Cool. Okay, I'll go to next step. So then the next step is you click on the save version. Okay, and click the advanced setting and click always save output. Okay, so you want the output to be saved even after come out of the notebook also. Okay, so make sure that you always save output. Okay, that way your file will be saved even if you come out of the notebook. Okay, then you click the button save. Okay, then the whole session will run again. You can see here the left corner, it's running just now. So wait for it till it finish. It's a very small data, it won't take much time. Yes, good. So it will come version successful. Okay. So if there is any mismatch in the column name or the data type, then it will show error. It says that there is error in this one. Okay, it's failure. Okay. Next, yeah. So once it comes successful, your version, say version become 1. Click this one. Okay, you can see all the version. For example, right now I have only one version. It shows only version 1, and click this 3 dot. Okay, click 3 dot and go to submit to computation. Okay. Okay, so it's automatically fill up everything. So from the latest notebook. So I saved something called first submission.csv, version 1 and notebook name, everything will fill up. Just click submit. That's all. You guys, you can view your submission also, right? Right. So there are 2 things. One is public score, private score. The private score will be visible later, and you can view your submission also.
So this public score is something which is based on that test data which they had hidden, is it?
Exactly. Yeah. The public score based on test data. Yeah.
Okay.
Any doubt, guys?
And this final submission CSV, we can create as much time as we want. Whenever we want to submit, we can create this, right?
Yes. So mostly there will be no limitation in number of submission. Sometime in some competition they might make a rule saying that per day you can submit only 10 times or something like that. In our case, we might fix some number. We are not decided yet, but we might fix some number saying that per day you can submit only this number of time. But that is more than enough, I guess. Means you're not going to submit more 10 file per day, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And one thing, sir, like this final submission.csv, is it getting saved in any of, like, what I'm trying to say is, let's say I have a local memory and I have a final submission.csv. I am using a local memory and there I already have final submission.csv file. So in
Okay.
that case, if
It will replace it.
yeah, it will replace it, na?
It will replace it. Yeah. That's the
Okay.
same case with your local. How your local be right? Same here.
Yeah. Okay.
It will replace. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah, please.
So what if if I'm all this thing in my personal computer and I want to submit final submission CSV file? That case, the final file.
Sorry, your voice is breaking. It is for only. It's only for me or for everyone?
I mean,
for me too.
so I want to know if I am working on my personal computer.
Yeah.
And I want to submit the final .csv file. In that case, how I'm supposed to submit that file? As
Yeah,
in
so-
your the Kaggle ID.
Yeah. So,
And
yeah. So there is a way. There is a way to submit also, but in our case, it's not allowed. We are planning to utilize only the Kaggle notebook and to make it fair in every way. Okay. So our data set also we choose in such a way that the Kaggle notebook is more than enough to run that one. So you have to use only the Kaggle kernel only. But in general, there is a way. You can upload directly the CSV file from your local.
And so the notebook keeps on saving even if without submissions, right?
So you have to change this here. So for example, even if you don't make the submission, you go to advanced setting, select the option, always save.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So it will keep on saving. Then you can choose a version. For example, one day you didn't run any notebook, but you want to go for submission, go to choose the version and go to the corresponding output file and you can submit.
Okay, sir.
Can I see the history and compare the different versions?
Yes, you can, right? So right now I have only one version. If I have more than one version, I can see all the version. I can submit different time. You can compare it.
Sir, anyways, our base score will be evaluated, right? Like
Yes.
how many times we submit it, it doesn't matter.
Yes, exactly. So at the end, by default, it chooses the best score. Okay, and for example, you work on 10 days. The first day gave the best score. The remaining all the days you didn't get the best score, but still the first day score will be considered for a leaderboard.
Okay, sir. Yes, thank you.
If I just want to play around, do we have an option?
Yes, so you can join any competition. So go to homepage.
I have to join a competition.
Yes, there are a lot of competition. Some of them are learning purposes. Okay, for you just join and play around the data and see what others has done, and you can do all the stuff. Okay, some competition once you get the grasp of it, then you can play around with the actual competition, and probably you can go for some money-based competition also. If you do very well, you'll get reasonable reward. Yeah, there are a lot of data set. You can choose any. There are some data set also. You can simply play around with it also. There is nothing related to competition. You just need to understand the domain. You can simply play around with it one. Any other question, guys? We are good.
Yeah, we are.
Cool, guys. So you can take forward.
Thank you, Balaji. That was a great introduction to Kaggle. Now, I think we are open to all sorts of questions. Any questions you might have from the beginning, from the guidelines document, even from Kaggle, anything, may I ask now.
So in the guideline.
Yeah. So this project course will have different credits for it, or it is included with the project?
It will. Good question. So it will have project course will be of worth 2 credits, and it will be separate from ML practice course.
Okay, sir. So similar project will also come for MLT.
It's not there on the horizon as of now.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
I think Bhupesh, you were saying something.
So I have a question here.
Sure.
So in the document, these project end date is written as 4th of September, right? But in the milestone and activity section, on the 7th of November, we are supposed to buy card bagging and boosting and MLP. Is this supposed to be done after the submission of the project, or I mean?
Good point. So the date for milestone 4 is written incorrectly. So it should be 30th August. 30 August, not November.
Okay. Okay. Not 7th of November. It is 30th of August, right?
Yes. Yes.
I have a question. In the FAQ section, there is a mention about a project report. Is there a report to be made apart from the code submissions that we are doing?
Good point. So you don't have to make the report, as a separate document. What in the report, what is supposed to be there is you run all the models, machine learning models that you've learned for regression. You apply them, you tune them with hyperparameter tuning with cross validation, and you make a table of the comparison of their performances. The best models from the best parameters from each model. You make a comparison of performance of those models, and that is supposed to be there in the in your report. How did you choose that particular model? How did you tune its hyperparameters? Those things can go in your Kaggle notebook itself. So you don't have to create another separate document for report. These comparisons can be included in your Kaggle notebook itself.
Okay.
Create multiple notebooks.
Pardon me?
Create multiple notebooks for the same competition.
You can create as many notebooks as you want on your Kaggle in your Kaggle account. However, you will be able to submit only one final notebook. Okay, which will have the work. Hello. So the one final notebook that you'll submit will have the comparison of performances of different models with their hyperparameters, and the model that you choose to be the best one that you use to make the submission. I think these two things are the primary importance that you should mention in your Kaggle notebook, in your final Kaggle notebook. So you have to pick the notebook which you want the final one in which you want to put in all your work. But before that, you can create as many notebooks as you want during the competition. Different notebooks for different models, or as you want to organize your work. That's all up to you. However, there will be just one final notebook that you'll be submitting.
And in that final notebook, I'll just use one final model, right?
In that the final model that is giving you the best accuracy or the best score, definitely you have to include that, as well as the experimental work that you did for with the other models before you chose the final model.
Okay.
Can we go and revisit our models after the milestones, after submission, and get different parameters for the model?
Yeah, so as long as the competition is live, you can, do all sorts of experimentations with your models.
I have a question.
Yes.
Will Viva consist of questions related to project, or a general Viva general questions also will be asked?
So the Viva questions can be based on both general questions as well as general topics, even classification and clustering, and also, of course, your work in your project.
Thank you.
It will be combined of theory and the practice ones.
Yogendra, can you please repeat your question?
Means in the Viva, we will be asked related to our MLP course content as well as the competition content.
Absolutely, yes. It can. So Viva can have questions, even inside questions about the algorithms, the inner workings, the mathematical equations. So Viva can include everything which you have learned in ML techniques and practices course, as well as this ML practice project component.
Okay, sir. And okay. And sir, is it possible to have one practice competition so that we get better familiarity with the competition?
Sorry, what kind of session?
I mean, practice competition.
Practice competition. Okay. I think Yogendra, if you want to have something for practice, there are ongoing competitions on Kaggle, as well as the competitions which are completed that you can try your hands on for practice.
Sir, we will get some kind of level of the questions. Which
Yeah. So those competitions I'm referring to, which are already completed or there, which are there for learning for the beginners, they have the labeled data.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Any further questions?
So, when will the Viva be conducted? Like in the doc, it is written the booking will be open on 25th and close on 30th. I mean,
yes.
So,
right. So let's say you fulfill the requirements for taking a Viva, which is you have your model is your submissions have reasonable accuracy, and at the same time your Kaggle notebook is complete as per the guidelines. We'll share a sample notebook with you. Then after 20 till 25, the plagiarism will be checked, and after 25th, Viva slot booking will be open till 30th of that month, and in the next month I mean the first of the next month or till the last of that month, you can take your book your Viva slots.
So is it for every month, or is it after the competition is over?
So Viva is one component that can be finished before the competition is over.
Okay, so the slot will be open right from this month.
The slots will start to open from 20th of next month, July.
Thank you.
I mean 25th of next month, yes, more precise. Okay. Any further questions? I'm starting to think that take your time. Go through the document. If you want to see the recorded session one more time, please go ahead. And if there are any questions, I'm expecting posts on discourse. So feel free to do so. If you have any questions on this entire practice project, guidelines, how to make submissions or anything else, just let us know. So if there are no further questions, should we close the session?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you everyone for joining in.
Yes, sir. It was a great session.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, and you are saying something?
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for joining in. Thank you, Balaji. It was a great demonstration. Thanks, Ramika. Thank you,
Thanks.
everyone. Bye bye and good night.